when you watch this film, and I recommend you do for a few reasons here tonight, and I'm not going to savage it, which I know is very, very shocking to a lot of you. You expected me to come on here and butcher the Russo brothers again, and it's not happening. As I said coming in, it's the best Russo brothers film post Endgame. That says nothing, right? I mean, guys, go back to Cherry, a Michael Bay out of control awards film, right? They tried to make that an awards film, and you're watching it, you're like, oh my God, I am just being bludgeoned by this. And then you go to The Gray Man, I would argue one of the worst edited films, chaotic, that I've ever seen. I mean, I was in the Chinese theater here in Hollywood watching the premiere of that, and what's happening? I almost got up and screamed and go, where are the Russo brothers right now? Who edited this shit? This is out of control. The scene where they all have the giant fight and he's in the van and they're shooting in the middle of the city, that is, I swear to God, go back and watch. If you want to see how not to edit a film, how to put 78 shots into 30 seconds, watch that. It's garbage. That film's trash. There's no way to even defend that. This film, at the beginning, I'm like, oh no, we're doing this again with the Russo brothers, because you have a lot of quick edits and it's just no patience. And then once we finally settle down, you get into more of what I want to watch. This is not a great film, man. Come on, guys. I'm not doing that here tonight. But I'm telling you, there's very solid effects. It's $320 million, and I will tell you the effects are good, okay? It's on the screen. It's a shame this wasn't in theaters for the mere fact that there's nothing else out right now. Guys, there is Novocaine, Black Bag, and the abysmal Mickey 17. I would rather watch The Electric State for 24 hours straight than watch one more second of Mickey 17. That movie can fuck off. I mean, I swear to God, that is one of the worst films I've ever sat through. Okay? It will easily be in our top 5 worst films of the year. So The Electric State is not nearly that criminal. Okay? It is what it is. It's a recycled, non-novel story, right? We've seen all of this before. We've got to go on a journey to find something. Along the way, we meet all these weirdos, and we form a group, and we take down the bad guy. We've seen this a million times. I'm not telling you anything I watched here tonight was original. But I do like Chris Pratt. I admit to this, and again here, even though he's playing Star-Lord, a different version, but basically the same character, I like Chris Pratt. Whether it's Lego Movie, whether it's this, whether it's Moneyball, go way back. You go and you look at his career, I think that he's an underrated actor. And don't tell me he plays the same person in every movie. Like I say, he's playing Star-Lord. But so does every actor. Give me a break. Jack Quaid, who's in Novocaine. How many times is he going to do Jack Quaid? Okay? Very few actors get outside of their typical blueprint in every film, right? Bang, 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 stamp it out. So I like him, okay? Millie Brown, what's her name? Whatever her name is. Let me tell you, this is the first time I've ever seen her. I've never in my life seen her in a movie because I don't watch Stranger Things. I haven't watched anything on Netflix other than this. The reason I'm watching this is because it's a Russo brothers movie, and it's $320 million, and it really should be in theaters. That's why we're making exceptions here for this film here tonight. And I don't hate myself for watching it. I'm not giving any credit to Netflix because, trust me, they are completely disrespectful to cinema by not putting this in theaters. Not legitimately. In one theater in Westwood last week. Oh, wow. What a footprint that is. No AMC, no Regal, no nothing. So this doesn't deserve any respect in that regard. Nothing changes on that front from me and Netflix. But here's what I'll tell you is as I look at this film here tonight, I don't have a problem with the Russo brothers getting back in with Marvel and directing another film. I had to see something other than The Gray Man, and certainly Cherry. And this will at least get me back on the side of, okay, let them cook with the right script. The script is not fantastic, but I think they do an admirable enough job here. And again, effects work. I think the edits are fine here. It's not out of control like Gray Man. And overall, it's very much of a C movie. My score's coming up in a minute. I also want to draw attention to this. It's very important because I always drill down on this is a big problem. It happened again here tonight. We need to find better composers. Okay, Alan Silvestri, of course, did a lot of the Marvel, if not all of it, right? Avengers, Captain America. So he has done things. The guy's, I believe, in his 70s now. At this point, what I'm hearing from this score is generic, syrupy garbage, and it doesn't do anything for the film. Now, I'm not telling you that if we slapped a Ludwig Göransson score on this, we would have an A, but I can promise you this, I'd bump it up 5 points minimum, because this score does nothing for the film. Directors, I know you watch, I know you respect us because you should. You need to find new, up and coming composers that do weird shit. This film is this score, it's just so by the numbers. Anybody could do this. Lorne Balfe, Silvestri, whoever you want to pick. It's the same shit, and I want to hear something different. Try something unique. I don't care what it is. Anything's better than this. So that's a big miss here on this film. The fix for this goes back to what I said about nothing about this is really original or that funny or any of that, because it's not zany enough. It's not weird enough. I think one of the reasons like a movie like Lego Movie works, obviously you have very substantially talented writers in Lord and Miller, right? They're just creative comic geniuses. You don't get that from many people in this town. And I wish we had more writers who had a weird sense of humor that could bring that and imprint it on a big film like this and make it more memorable, because nothing about this will be memorable. Okay. That said, the average person is not going to hate it. The Netflix consumer that eats at McDonald's and watches this shit will think it's fine. It's better than the Tomorrow War, okay? If you want to compare it to other streaming sci-fi things. It's also, I think, better than, what was the other? It's definitely better than the last one. What was the two-parter from What's-His-Ass who did the Superman movie? You know what? I'm literally forgetting dude's name right now. It's better than that. That movie's terrible, right? Never even watched part 2 of that. So at least Netflix sort of did something okay here. MMT scores 75%. I mean, right? It's a C. So if you ask me, because I do have reviews on critics on Rotten Tomatoes, and if you ask me if I'd make this fresh or rotten, I'd actually make it fresh. It'd be like a C is my cutoff, C minus. So right there it's a fresh film. Barely, but there's enough good here to warrant, okay, watch it on Netflix if you have nothing else going on. I had more fun with this film than I did Mickey 17, as we just discussed, and a lot of films that I've seen this year that have been really terrible. So, again, shame that Netflix did not put this in theaters. It really is, because it deserves to be in theaters.